I couldn't believe it. I was continuing reading the book yesterday I talked about, Towpath Recipe and Storybook. And just there, out of nowhere, comes the quote, which I've loved, which is kind of the basis for LIFEMASTER. And I never knew who the quote was by. But it's by a lady called Annie Dillard, who, might have to get the book. And the guys who built this towpath restaurant cafe thing quoted it in the book, and I was just like, and it set off a cascade of things for LIFEMASTER, which is really at the heart of Nonconformity Company. My name's Toddy, and I'm launching a company called Nonconformity Company, where we're educating people of lots of different business models, what options are available, how to combine different business models, pricing options, and live a free life. And at the heart of Nonconformity Company really is the LIFEMASTER brand, which is a bit of a standalone project, but it's under the Nonconformity Company umbrella. And I've used this quote in my get stared at line of village. Kind of not conscious or caring of that anymore. Let's park this way. So, this quote came up in the book, and it's how we spend our lives is, of course, how we spend our days. How we spend our lives is, of course, how we spend our days. And I wanted to use this quote in LIFEMASTER, and I had this epiphany last night, because what we're trying to do is the opposite. Nonconformity Company, not conforming to the same old norms. And one of our values, I guess, is that we are trying to give the education and information, the methods of how to do things in the simplest way possible. The other day I went to a site, I keep complaining about this, but it's the background of why our sites are so simple. And I think as well in this book, it also went into the, they had to make decisions, and they didn't please everybody. They didn't offer all the milk versions. They just had one milk offering, full fat from some local Jersey cows or something like that. A lot of people weren't happy about that, but it's like, you got to make some decisions. You got to be willing to stand for your values, and that might mean that you upset a few people, but then you'll be pleasing other people who appreciate you standing for those values. People about in this sleepy village. So the epiphany was to accentuate what we stand for and the simplicity of our design. And it went one stage further actually today, but I'll start with what happened last night. Wow, there's loads of kids in the park. It's busy. It's a great park. So last night I thought, I've been wondering how to structure the website and what to put on the, looks moody over there. Right, where was I? Moody. So to keep it simple, last night I just thought I'll open the start. When you press the start button on the LIFEMASTER page, I'm going to open with this quote and quote the reference, Annie Dillard, from the book in the year. And that's all people see on that page. And then there's a next button. That's going to invoke intrigue, isn't it? That sets the state, not only in a thought-provoking way with the quote and creates intrigue, it also demonstrates the simplicity of how we're going about this and how we're going to continue going forward. And I've not seen things like that online. So we've been finding and edging and evolving into our unique way of doing things And so this feels really good then, because a lot of our websites have only just 3 buttons, 2 or 3 buttons at the bottom. Then I thought, you know what, because I was going to have the learn button, the coaching button, and then the start button, and the start button will have this quote. And then today I've just thought, actually, why not simplify even more? So there's just a start button. The start button then goes to this quote, and then there's a next button. So that's all there will be. There will only be one user journey. There will only be one place people can go and one thing people can see. And then I lead them down the path, and we can then branch off to the coaching. We can branch off to different platforms and education in different locations. But I certainly want to just give massive value and give exercises and education without any login, without any emails or making accounts or passwords or payments or barriers. These are all barriers. There's so many barriers now and so many distractions. Cookie notices, browser notifications, pop-ups, offers, email captures, sign in with Google. I've only just got here. So yeah, now I think it's going to be the complete reverse. Like I mentioned this course yesterday, people are going to just be like, where's the login? Where's the, surely they want something. Like, how do I engage with this? I want to make it that good that people, it bamboozles the mind. People are just confused. They're like, this is a bit different. And show that, then that should please a lot of people out there who are also feeling, or they've maybe not realized how chaotic the internet has become, because it's only happened very gradually. So I'm hoping that people come across Nonconformity Company and some of the businesses like LifeMaster and are just like, oh, this is refreshing. This is just peaceful. This is serene. This is just distraction-free, effortless, flowing through this wonderful journey of education and transformative things that we're offering. So that's what we're going for. So I'm feeling very good about all that. I've cooked one of the recipes from it today. And just, yeah, life's feeling good. This park's great because I have a child now, so I can hang out at the park and look around like a child. All right, I'll go.